Good morning. The first Ministers' Corridor of the fourth session of the 14th National People's Congress now begins. We have invited 3 ministers this morning to this corridor to answer your questions. They are Minister of Science and Technology, Yin He-jun, Minister of Industry and Information Technology, Li Le-cheng, and Chairman Zhang Yuzhuo from SOSAC. Now let's give the floor to the First Minister, Minister of Science and Technology, Yin He-jun.
Now
the floor is open. First question, please. Thank you. And good morning, Minister Yin with CMJ. The 15th five-year plan emphasizes the scaling up of science-tech capacity, and it also emphasizes the driving of scientific and technological innovation in driving productivity. And what are the key plans of the Ministry of Science and Technology under this framework? Thank you for your question. Dear friends from media, first, on behalf of the Ministry of Science and Technology, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for showing concern and support to our work. Under the strong leadership of CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, China has made important and rapid strides in science and technology. We have been elevated to a new level. The Innovation Index has been elevated to 10th globally. In 2025, the total R&D investment of the country exceeded 3.92 trillion RMB, reaching more than 2% of its GDP. And we also invested 280 billion yuan in basic research, accounting for 7.08%, exceeding 7% for the first time and reaching a record high. Technological innovation has been emerging from all across the board, and AI is blowing our mind. And from the Spring Festival Gala, you saw last year the U-bot, the dancing bot, and this year we saw the robots practicing martial arts and giving us all those acrobatic moves. Open-sourced large models of China are leading the world. And we also made important breakthroughs in chip making. Innovative drugs are also developing very quickly. And last year, China approved a total of 76 innovative drugs. We have authorized a total of more than $130 billion for cross-border transaction of drugs. Science and technology have effectively improved people's livelihood in supporting high-quality development and facilitating China's modernization. They have played a more important role. And during the 15th five-year plan, which is a period of accelerating the pace of scientific development and building China into a strong power of technology. And we will remain committed to the important instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping on science and technology and follow through the important decisions made by the State Council and Party Central Committee and grasp with the key targets of building China into a strong power of technology. We will grasp with the historic opportunities of the new round of technological revolution and also follow the general landscape of science tech globally. And specifically, we're going to focus on the following areas. One, strengthen original innovation and technological breakthroughs. We will carry out major scientific research targets and roll out systemic arrangements covering AI and quantum technology, among other emerging technologies. Meanwhile, we will solve all the bottleneck issues standing in the way of innovation. 2. Scientific innovation will drive the development of new quality productive forces, and we are going to focus on the key task of building a modernized industrial system and cultivate the transformation of traditional industries so that they can generate new vitality. And this will help us boost emerging industries and build more industrial clusters with the scale and volume of more than 1 trillion RMB. And we will also make deployments over strategic emerging new industries. 3, improve the overall efficiency of China's innovation initiative and strengthen integrated innovation and enhance regional innovation systems, in particular the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei area and the Shanghai-Yangtze River Delta and the Pearl River Delta. And this will become highlands of scientific innovation, the cultivation of talents, and they will also become the key pillars of China's strategic scientific capacity. In the meantime, we are going to strengthen the integration between the central government level and the local level in advancing the combination of education and technology. And 4, and build world-class innovation ecosystems. We are going to strengthen our capacity in basic research of technology and integrate our efforts in building a number of major infrastructure for technological research and build integrated infrastructure for high-end researches, and also build a number of data centers so as to enable sharing of resources. Additionally, we are going to reform the assessment mechanism for scientific innovation and build a better system for the protection of intellectual property rights and work vigorously to develop an economy that is driven by technology. And we will also promote and champion the spirits of scientific research and strengthen international exchanges in this regard, and actively participate in major global projects of technological research. Next question, please.
Thank you. Science Daily. Good morning, Minister. Right now, we know technology innovation continue to contributing, injecting new impetus into China's industrial development. And in the report, we could see that the arrangement for the further integration of technological innovation and industrial innovation. We would like to ask the Minister, what's the progress have been made and what's the plan next? Thank you for your question. The CPC Central Committee has always placed great importance on scientific technological innovation and integration of innovation and industrial development. We could see that there are a range of strategic arrangements with remarkable results. Right now, we could see the added value of the 3 new economies accounts for more than 10% of China's GDP. in the global industrial R&D investment among the top 2,000 enterprises. 225 actually come from Chinese mainland, accounting for 26.3%. If we look at the top 100 innovative clusters in the world, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, and Guangzhou rank first in the world, Beijing ranks number 4, and Shanghai and Suzhou rank number 6. And during the 14th five-year plan, the Party-Centric Committee for the next 5 years could see that place greater emphasis on the integration and also raise new and higher requirements in this regard. We will first understand that the innovation needs and industrial needs, and also we relies closely on scientific technological innovation. Previously, we first had the scientific result outcomes and then thought about how we could commercialize all that. We should change our mindset in this regard. We should accelerate the formation of new patterns and mechanisms so they could actually develop all at the same time. So from that, a strength in technology and to that the strengths in the manufacturing, and also we would like to bring all things together to help us transform from a strong science and technology country, manufacturing country, to a strong economy and a strong country. So we will do the following. First, we will strengthen high-level scientific and technological supply, and we will quickly implement a number of major programs covering the integrated circuits, AI, biomanufacturing, quantum technology, brain computer interface, and also the nuclear fusion energy and other fields. We will provide solid and strong support for the industrial development. And second, we will also emphasize the leading position of enterprises in technological innovation. As we know, that enterprises actually are the intersection of the innovation chain and the industrial chain. So that is why we should accelerate development of leading science and technology enterprises and also encourage more innovation resources to gather around enterprises. So enterprises could have that facility and capability to lead innovation and also to conduct innovation among industry, academia, and research institutes. And we could also encourage them to undertake more tasks of tackling key programs. And we also will further increase the proportion of R&D expenses that can be deducted from taxable income. Third, we will also accelerate the efficient transformation and application of science and technological achievements. So the key actually is to deepen the reform of transformation of scientific technological outcomes and to coordinate the construction of a concept verification, pilot verification platforms, and also to be more open and also to increase more application scenarios so that the new technological and the products, they can have more available application scenarios. And also at the same time, we should also guide and channel the capital to invest in small products and also invest for the long term and invest in hard technology, providing fundamental effective support for the integrated development of technological innovation industrial development. And fourth, we support local pilot programs. And they should further leverage the strengths and also the better use the resource endorsement so they could develop their innovative strengths and foster distinctive industries. And also we encourage cross-regional cooperation so we could also build urban collaboration and clusters so they could build that the synergy to realize development. Thank you.
下面我们有请第二位部长，工业和信息化部
And now let's bring on Minister Li Lecheng from the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology.
好，请大家提问。
Now the floor is
请
open.
北端靠近中间那位穿白色
First question,
的女
please.
记者。
谢谢主持人。
Thank
李部长您好，南方都市报 N 视频记者提
With
问。我的问题是15规
Urban
划建
Daily,
议把
my
建设
question
现
is
代化
that
产业体
during
系
the
巩固
15th
壮大
five-year
实
plan
体经济
period,
根基摆在战略任务的第一条，提出
reiterate
要构建以先进制
building
造业
the
为骨
strong
干的现代
foundations
化
of
产业体系。
manufacturing,
那
and
刚
we
才
are
公布
going
的
to
政府
build
工
a
作报告
modern
也强调要建设
industrial
现代化
system
产业体系。
centered
请问对
on
此工信部将重点从
manufacturing.
哪些方面
This
发力？
was also
谢谢。
mentioned in the government work report. And what will the MIIT do in this regard? Thank you very much for your question, and taking this opportunity, I would like to also express my thanks to the media for showing support and following our developments. And the modern industrial system is the material foundation of China's modernization, and industry is the core of such foundation. The Party Central Committee and the State Council pay high attention to modern industrial system, and General Secretary Xi has reiterated on many different occasions of building a modern industrial system. In 2025, in the field of industry and information technology, we have followed through the decisions of the State Council and CPC Central Committee. We have engaged in integrated innovation in diffusing risks, and the industrial added value reached 41.7 trillion yuan, contributing to 35% of China's GDP growth. And China has a complete set of industrial sectors, and we are ranking #1 in this regard. This has further consolidated our status as the leading manufacturer in the whole world, and we are going to optimized, we're going to be more green and further refined, and we need to develop new momentums. This includes the record sales of new energy vehicles and aerospace equipment. Aeronautic tools have seen double-digit growth, and brain chip interface has saw some major breakthroughs, and we are also going to optimize the traditional industries, and the pace has accelerated, and the added value of manufacturing sectors above designated sites reached 36.8%. We're also going to strengthen the intelligence level of technology, and this means integrated application of different types of technologies in 41 industrial sectors. We have also made new progress in small growth, and we have 42 small factories and more than 1,000 5G factories. We also have another keyword, which is green orientation, and green transformation is taking solid steps in China. The energy consumption of enterprises above designated sizes has been going down, and in 2026 we will earnestly follow through the targets outlined in the government work report and build a modern industrial system. To this end, we need to stabilize growth in major sectors, and we support major industrial provinces and cities to take the lead. And centering on both demand and supply, we will combine a number of measures to boost investment, stabilize exports, and attract more production elements to come into China. This includes patient capital, talents, venture capital. They will be swimming into the manufacturing industry so as to ensure sufficient amount of investment in this field. And we also need to talk about technological innovation and industrial innovation. They need to be integrated. And this is an approach we must take, and the industry must support the innovation of technology, and the two needs to be integrated. And we also need to seek technological innovation across all different industrial chains, and this will allow them to be translated into new productive forces. We also need to strengthen this support to enterprises, in particular small and medium-sized enterprises and little giants and enterprises with sophisticated technologies. And this means we have to build better service platforms with more innovative services so as to increase the sense of gains for enterprises. We have to play the role as a platform. We need to enhance the quality of industrial parks, roll out low-carbon digital parks, and support high-tech zones to have greater development, and we support national-level high-tech zones to embrace the new tracks of technology going into the future. And we also will do a good job in building the national cluster of emerging industries. And this will entail the construction of national manufacturing platform and national smart manufacturing center. Last but not least, we have to do a good job in governance. Without modern governance, there can be no modern industrial system. We have to fight against rat race on the market and conduct governance according to the law and practice self-governance of the industry. Also, we need to step up governance and regulation, centering on the construction of a unified national market. We need to focus equally on monitoring, oversight, and comprehensive governance. If we can do all this, we will build a market that is law-based, more international, and much more modernized. Next question, please.
谢谢主持人。人民日报记者提问。部长您好。近来关于人工智能的话题热度很高。今年我国的政府工作报告中也多次提到人工智能。想请问您是如何看待我国人工智能产业的发展形势，以及在推动人工智能创新发展方面，公司部将有哪些举措？
What measures will the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology will take? Thank you very much. And you actually pay attention to this year's Premier's government work report. You mentioned many times AI, and we know in recent years the popularity of AI actually has remained really high attention. And we know that the Spring Festival Gala actually you could see that the humanoid robots took the stage to show their skills. And also the spokesperson yesterday also mentioned this. The rapid progress of the robots actually has amazed us. And we talk about the stage or the performance on this robot stage. It's not just about martial arts or talent, but it represents the cutting-edge technology of China's AI development. From scientific and technological breakthroughs to practical application, it showcases China's AI industry's innovation capability and its recent development. It also actually introduced the new application into everyone's day-to-day life, into the public view. And actually, this is also add more that application scenarios and also become a strong driving force for high-quality economic development. And by 2025, the scale of AI core industry reaching 1.2 trillion yuan, over 6,200 enterprises. In this regard, three highlights. First, China's large language model is going global. Last year, Chinese companies launched the open-source large language model, ranking first in global downloads, significantly reduce the barriers to AI usage and lower the associated cost. And also, this enhances AI's accessibility. And today, in the government work report, the Premier also mentioned that the domestic open-source LLM are leading the global open-source ecosystem. Second is to empower production. We could see that more than 30% of industrial enterprises above the designated size in China actually already apply or adopted AI technologies. This is the number by the end of last year. You could see that unmanned the production or that the human-machine collaboration are becoming a common scene in workshops and factories that covers in areas such as improving design, manufacturing, efficiency improvement, quality inspection, and other aspects. Third, the smart terminal actually has entered people's lives. We talk about AI glasses, AI mobile phones, AI computers actually has become training products. They have entered households, thousands of households. Last year, the number of humanoid robots actually launched over 300 of its kind, more than half of the global total. And by 2026, in accordance with the requirements of the government work report, we would like to vigorously promote the two-way interaction of AI and the manufacturing industry, and we will do a good job in the following areas. First, we will leverage our industrial strengths, improving product supply. We have a complete industrial sectors and abundant innovative talents and continuously improving innovation ecosystem. These give us the more confidence that more and more world-class smart products could be produced and made it possible in this land. AI computer, AI smartphones, AI smart home appliance actually could better fulfill people's ever-growing needs for a better life. We will double our efforts to make breakthroughs in the AI products or AI-enabled products, a new generation of these products, to iterate and upgrade them, also including brain-computer interface, the autonomous vehicle, and humanoid robots. And we will also give great support to develop intellectual agricultural machinery and also the medical devices, so that more smart products could be available to meet the needs of all walks of life and different industries. And second, we will enrich the scenarios and also deepen the application scenario in different industries. We talk about AI plus manufacturing. It's a must-answer question. It's not a choice. So this year, we'll vigorously promote AI plus manufacturing. So in each and every industry, we encourage everyone to embrace AI, deeply explore the high-value application scenarios, and also to explore and cultivate a number of high-level, exemplary applications, and give rise and develop a number of intelligent agents. So we could further explore the potential of traditional industries, and also by creating scenarios, we can also stimulate the emerging industry and the innovation vitality of industry of the future. Regarding our plan to promote the development of AI in 2026, we will continue to do the above related work well. One thing I would like to mention here is that in the development of the AI industry, we should also strike a balance between development and security. And AI for people, AI provides service for the people and also controlled by humans. And we also would like to work with the old sectors and also to uphold the spirit of openness. We would like to continue to work with the friends around the world to jointly discuss, explore a more widely accepted AI governance framework, so that AI-related scenarios could better serve the development of humanity, benefit humanity, and become a global public good. Thank you.
Now
let's give the floor to Chairman Zhang Yuzhuo of the State-Owned Assets Supervision and Administration Commission of the State Council.
Now
the floor is open. First question, please.
好，谢谢主持人。新华社记者提问。
Xinhua News Agency.
就今年的政府工作报告对进一步深
This year's government work report further elaborated the reforms of state-owned enterprises and what plans do you have for reforms so that we can enhance high-quality development and allow central SOEs to play a leading role in China's economic development. Thank you for your question. Premier Li Qiang delivered his government work report. I listened attentively, and this is an inspiring report. of the government. The report touched upon the reforms of state-owned enterprises. There are two mentionings of SOE reforms, and we made meaningful progress in SOE reforms last year. And with regards to the work of 2026, he called for setting and further improving plans for the reforms of SOEs and improving the layout of state-owned enterprises, and we will earnestly grasp with these instructions and requirements. And SOEs and the public sectors have been growing very well in recent years, and during the 14th five-year plan, central SOEs, they have a total assets that has surpassed the threshold of 70, 80, and 90 trillion RMB over the years. Over the past 5 years, the profitability increased by 52% compared to the previous five-year plan, and the labor productivity registered an annual growth of 7%, which is 1 percentage point above the national average. In terms of quality and quantity, SOEs have also demonstrated great results. And in recent years, China's environment of economic development has been challenging and complex, and the result we have gained is attributed to the reforms. And during the 15th five-year plan period, we will deepen reforms with the purpose of strengthening key functions and improve core competitiveness, and strengthen and expand SOEs and state-owned capital. So how should we optimize and strengthen SOEs? Let me share with you my insights, and I think we need to make breakthroughs in 3 areas. The first breakthrough has to do with channeling more state capital and assets into 3 key areas. So this has to do with optimizing the layout of state capital, and we need to channel these resources to 3 areas, namely areas crucial to national security and the livelihood of national economy, and key fields related to livelihood, and also to public services, emergency responses, and public good fields, and also to strategic emerging industrial sectors. Our targets are, over time, change the landscape of SOEs in the past, where it's distributed across all the different sectors, but with the uneven distribution in premium and low-end sectors, and we want to channel major state capital and state assets to 20 major sectors of the national economy, which totals 97. And all in all, more than 88% of the sales revenue of the state-owned enterprises will be channeled to these 20 sectors of the 97 sectors of national economy. So if we could do that, we will be able to channel major resources to the 3 critical fields I mentioned earlier. The purpose is to further enhance the support function of state capital in serving national economy, serving livelihood, and serving scientific innovation. Secondly, we need to embrace reforms for mechanisms and institutionalized reforms. State-owned enterprises, in particular central government-owned enterprises, need to be revitalized. We have thought of many different approaches. We researched into the key problems encountered and compared these problems with the effect of rapid growth of AI. And some of the AI teams, they're fairly small. They are very flat in terms of the organizational structure, but they have significant per capita output. Why they have great incentives that are working? So within SOEs and central SOEs, and we want to roll out more effective incentive mechanisms. And we have to start with researchers, senior technicians, and the basic investment for basic research last year exceeded 100 billion yuan for the first time, and accounting for 9.4% of the R&D investments. And for those practicing in basic research, we need to roll out long-term full career coverage and roll out the incentive mechanism for them. And we need to empower their research so as to inject more momentum to their research. And we also need to make breakthroughs in terms of management models and the effectiveness of oversight. We need to delegate powers, but we also need to strengthen regulation in certain fields in terms of delegating powers and deregulation. We do not treat all the SOEs as equals, and quite on the contrary, we have the enterprise-specific performance assessment mechanism for the year-end assessment. 70% of the indicators of the performance assessment are customized. And we also have a 3-year term assessment, and more than 70% of the indicators are specifically tailored for those enterprises, and this will allow for effective performance assessment. In terms of oversight, there is a new progress, which is that we developed a autonomous penetrating model of oversight, which does not interfere with the day-to-day running of the enterprise, but we are able to understand the operational data of the enterprise, including their revenue and their costs. And so this will give us early warnings so that we can prevent major risks. SOE reforms have to be deepened, and we expect that during the 15th five-year plan period, we can have some major headways, and when the plans are set, and we will make sure that they are translated into reality. Thank you very much. Next question, please.
谢谢主持人，光明日报记者提问。张主任您好。 我们看到近年来，国资央企加快布局，崭新产业和未来产业取得了积极成效。政府工作报告对我国产业结构升级做出
yield positive results, and also we have seen that in the government work report it made the relevant arrangements in this regard to upgrade the Chinese industrial structure. What's your plan? Thank you for your question. Yes, indeed, in Premier Li Qiang's government work report, we talk about that we will opening up the central SOEs in the application scenario, especially in the modern industrial system. And also to like to know more in this regard, I would like to say there are two kinds of the industries. One is called the traditional advantageous industries, another is called emerging pillar industry. So we talk about the traditional industry. So you could name it energy, power, the metallurgy, chemical industry, construction materials. I name a few. These are the basic business of central SOEs, also the base of the national economy. Without these sectors, the economy cannot function. In the recent years, we actually have mainly focused on high-end, intelligent, and green transformation on all these traditional industries. Let me focus on intellectual transformation. We have built over 70 excellent smart factories and cultivated 6 leading smart factories. So we also work with 8 ministries, including Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, to select the exemplary factories. So 7 is SOEs and 6 local enterprises. So we talk total 15 best practice, 11 SOEs, either from central or local level. So that is the intellectual transformation. And the other part is we also vigorously developed new pillar industries. So we continue to implement the initiatives, the 2 initiatives. So one initiative is to implement the Central Enterprises Set Sail initiative. Another is the Central Enterprises Industrial Renewal initiative. So that's targeting 9 strategic emerging industry and 6 future industries, respectively. In recent 3 years, the central SOEs have cumulatively invested 7.4 trillion yuan in strategic emerging industry, accounting for 42% of the overall investment. And the scale of sales revenue reached 12.3 trillion yuan in strategic emerging industry last year. And we also have built 5 trillion yuan level industries covering new energy, high-end equipment manufacturing, new materials, in total 5 at the trillion yuan level industries. Going forward, I could see that we have quite strong the motivation in further developing the strategic emerging industries. So one is we actually characterize them into 3 groups. One is like the leading group, and second is the catching up group, and the third is cultivating group. For the leading group, we talk about like the new energy, we talk about the aerospace, and also a batch of new materials. Actually, they all belong to this category. If we zoom in, the new energy industry, we talk about AI, especially for some foreign countries, they have encountered a bottleneck in developing AI, which is the lack of electricity. In China, there won't be any problem in this regard. So we provide enough energy, and also it's all green power. So in China, that's the newly installed or the installed capacity of wind and solar power in China accounts for more than 50% of the world's total. Half of it actually is owned by central enterprises. So going forward, we will continue to build up our strengths. And also in the global market, we'll continue to develop our strengths. And in some industry, they belong to the catching up category. For example, we talk about the new energy vehicles, and new materials. For new energy vehicle industry, the SOEs, they have already performed quite well in this regard. In the past 3 years, their output and revenue have doubled. And self-owned brand vehicle have gained a 10% market share to 16.5%. On the other hand, we also promote AI integration to other industries. So we could see that AI for itself already enjoyed a very rapid development. Right now, we also would like to cultivate the fast development AI plus other industries. And for that, the central enterprises have built their own AI computing skill, which has increased 17 times. Right now, we is also open to the outside world. And for the last group, the cultivation stage. So we talk about the quantum information, nuclear fusion, and low-altitude economy, biotechnology. Central enterprises in this regard also stepped up our efforts to cultivate these industries. For example, the China, the fusion energy, we have established some enterprises in this regard, and also for the low-altitude economy, the 9/11 drone developed by our central SOEs actually is equivalent to an aircraft carrier and can release hundreds of small drones in the air and also can fly continuously for 12 hours. Covering 7,000 kilometers. And also in terms of quantum technology, we also have Tianyan 504 developed last year, and that's also a quantum computer on par with the United States. Right now, that is also available on the quantum cloud platform. We talk about development of central SOE. Actually, should rely on collaboration with everyone, including research institutes, universities, private enterprises. We have launched a central enterprise industrial chain supply chain initiative, driving development of small and medium-sized private enterprises. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chairman Zhang. Friends from the media, and this is the end of the corridor. And on March 9th in the morning, we will also have another minister corridor. Please stay tuned. Thank you.